Fallout 4's release is just around the corner, and in this video we take a look at 10 things you guys need to know about the upcoming open world game from Bethesda. Number 10 is that Fallout 4 has over 400 hours of content. In an interview with the official Xbox magazine, the producer of Fallout 4, Jeff Gardner, said he's played the game for over 400 hours and he's still finding stuff that he hasn't seen. Now, quantity isn't always quality, but the fact that Fallout 4 has that much content definitely says something about the size of the game. Number 9, mod support and mods on console. Now, mods in these Bethesda open world games have always been a big thing on the PC, but never on console. This time around, the Xbox One is going to have mod support on launch, and Todd Howard is also hopeful on bringing mod support sometime later on PlayStation 4. Now, these are going to be true mods like you see on PC. They'll even let you mod the game up until the point that the game would break. Now, don't worry about you losing anything. The game auto-saves anything that you've done before installing a new mod, so everything will always be fine. But it's great to see that now console players can also enjoy the beauty of mods. Number 8 is that Fallout 4's story is actually concurrent with Fallout 3's. This means that Fallout 4's story is taking place at the same time as Fallout 3, and while that is the case, the chance of seeing characters from Fallout 3 is pretty low since the setting is completely different. The game takes place in a region covering Boston, Massachusetts, and other parts of New England known as Commonwealth, but still, it's interesting to know that Fallout 4 is taking place in the same time as Fallout 3. Number 7 is a more gripping and more emotional story. Bethesda has always valued player freedom above storytelling, but with Fallout 4, Bethesda wants to bring more emotion to the story of the game. It's interesting to see this because Skyrim, Fallout 3 never offered a story that really invested a lot of gamers in. This time around, will Fallout 4's story actually make gamers cry? Probably not, but we'll see when the game releases on November 10th. Number 6 is that Fallout 4 actually uses the same engine as The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas both ran on the Gamebryo engine. This time around, Fallout 4 is running on the Creation engine. Now, while Fallout 4 is running on the same engine as Skyrim, expect much better visuals than Skyrim, of course. The fact that this game is running on the next generation consoles is gonna let Bethesda do a lot more with the said Creation engine and add more dynamic details, physics-based rendering, and volumetric lighting, just to name a few. This is gonna add a lot to the atmosphere of the game, so hopefully graphically the game doesn't disappoint. Number 5, expect much better combat. Combat in all of the Bethesda open world games has always been hit or miss. Bethesda actually spoke to id Software, who are famous for the Doom games, to help improve their second-to-second shooting. Bethesda's goal is to actually have the shooting stand shoulder to shoulder with all the great first-person shooters out there. Games that are only first-person shooters, games that aren't these big RPGs. They want the shooting in this game to be as good as those games. That's gonna be a hard feat to accomplish, but we wish Bethesda all the best of luck with that. Number 4 is that you can build your own bases and settlements. This is going to add another layer to the gameplay of Fallout and everything you can do in the game, but keep in mind, all the settlements that you do have, people can invade it, people can come over, they can steal all your loot, or you can actually recruit people to defend your settlement. This is a whole new gameplay element that's being added to Fallout, and it's gonna add a lot more variety to the gameplay. Number 3 is a sticking point that actually has created some controversy, and that's the fact that the main character in Fallout 4 is voiced. This is a first for the series and goes on the point that Bethesda is looking for a much more emotional story, and for that you do kind of need a character that does have some emotion and has a voice of his own. Now, this is another thing that's very hit or miss with people. It's a change for the series, and hopefully it does turn out for the better. Don't worry, there will still be multiple pathways, multiple options on what you can say. It's not like your main character is just gonna talk and you have no say in what he says. There's still a lot of options as far as the dialogue goes. Number 4 is the fact that Fallout 4 is actually gonna have content after the game, and the game just won't end. If you guys remember with Fallout 3, unless you had broken steel after you beat the game just ended. Bethesda has learned from its mistake. That will not be happening in Fallout 4. After you beat the game, you're still gonna have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of content to explore, and as we said earlier in the video, the game has over 400 hours of content. Just beating the main questline of the game obviously isn't gonna be 400 hours. There's gonna be a lot of side content and a lot of additional things to do. And finally, number 1 is the fact that your main character in Fallout 4 will have no level cap. A lot of games have level caps up to 30, 50, even 100. In Fallout 4, there will be no level cap. You can keep leveling and leveling and leveling. Obviously, as you get to the higher end levels, it's probably gonna get harder and harder and harder, and it's gonna take months just to level up once. But still, it's a cool thing to see, and it adds to the replayability of Fallout and adds to how much content the game will have. And the fact that your character is never done growing is a really cool thing to see. So that concludes our video on the top 10 things you need to know about Fallout 4. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Fallout 4? Let us know in the comment section down below. Are there some things we missed? Also let us know in the comment section down below. We will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.